No, I'm talking about me and my problems of being single, right? But the thing is, I have nothing against married people, okay? If you want to get married, you got married. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you found your person. I have nothing against married people. My only complaint, only single complaint about married people is something happens in that marriage process. The moment they get married, they become rude. Yes, I have faced this. I'm sure many of you also have faced this, because I don't know what, because the moment they get married, they feel now they have been given authority to go to any random single person they know or don't know, with or especially without context, and go and ask them, why are you still single? Why are you still single? Like, we all have faced it. We don't do that. Bachelors never do that. We don't go to a married couple and ask, why are you still together? Why are you still together? We don't ask that. But how many of you single men and women here have you avoided going to family get-togethers because you know some nosy, rosy auntie will come and ask you're married? You all have faced that, right? Typically, we all face that. It happens to me. I go to some family get-together. Some auntie will come and ask me, Saikiran, why are you still single? Now, we have to be polite because mom is also there. And I give some answers. Oh, auntie, I'm focusing on my career. I'm waiting for the right girl. Or I'm hoping for more dowry. That's a very polite thing where I come from. But like one day I was eating my gobi manchuria. One auntie came and asked me, Saikiran, why are you still single? And I was very irritated. I looked at that auntie into her eyes and said, Auntie, I'm single because I'm happy being single. The moment I said that, she went into a mini coma. Nobody has spoken to her like that in her life. She was in a daze. She could not respond to it for a few seconds. Her son was standing on one side. He asked, you're allowed to be single? Her husband was on the other side. He asked, you're allowed to be happy? Now, the moment she heard her husband's voice saying happy, she came out of the coma. Because that did not happen in the last 30 years. And immediately she became very angry. Okay, Saikiran, speak however rudely you want. Speak like this because you're young and healthy. You're young and healthy. But remember, Saikiran, one day you'll be old and sick. Then you'll regret and remember my words. And I tell you, if there's any one person in the whole world who wishes I lived till 100 years, it's this auntie. Every day she goes to a temple to pray for my longevity. God, take me away, but make sure Saikiran lives till 100 years. When he's old and infirm and asking, water, ayo, somebody give me water. Ayo, auntie. I should have listened to your advice. But there's one thing people throw at you, man. Somebody was mentioning that also. Who will take care of you when things go wrong? In your old age, we are there now, but it's all fun and games now. But later in life, who will be there to take care of you? I believe half the people in this country marry because something goes wrong, somebody should be there to take care of us. Nobody's planning if something goes right, who will be there to enjoy with us? That is solo ticket to Thailand. That is very clear. But if something goes wrong, somebody has to be there to take care of us. Because we all marry because we want company in calamity. Who will stand in the oxygen cylinder queue? Half the people are marrying for medical reasons only. And our medical system is also designed like that. Like you are alone, right? You can't go and admit yourself in a hospital if something goes wrong. You always need a family attendant. Then that guy does half the job. From pharmacy to radiology, for x-ray, everything that family attendant has to run around. Without a family attendant, the hospital doesn't run. Like I believe our marriage system is strong because our medical system is weak. Our divorce rate is low because our hospital bills are high. But I discovered while I was writing this show that some people are marrying not just for medical reasons, but for legal reasons also. I learned this when a small incident happened near my house. There was a small burglary. Somebody stole a phone. And immediately the neighbors caught him. And they were trying to call the police to hand him over to the police and file a case. But there's an uncle in the neighborhood who recognized him and said, no. Just give him a warning and let him go. I know this fellow. Poor fellow lives nearby only. He's married with kids. Because he's married with kids, give him a warning and let him go. I tell you, if that guy was a bachelor, he would have been lynched right there. And even police would have said, nobody cares about bachelors, sir. You do whatever you want. No, that's what nobody cares about bachelors, and we are always the first suspect. Tell me, how many single men and women in this room live by yourself, away from families? Probably room share or PGs or like living by yourself in an apartment. Give me a cheer. Quite a few. And haven't you noticed the people in your neighborhood look at you with a little bit of suspicion? There's always two set of extra eyes following you, always wondering what are these people up to? Exactly what happens in their life? What are they doing? It happens to me all the time, all the time. I'm always looked at, if something goes wrong in my area, I'm the first suspect. And I learned that something went wrong only once I noticed people looking at me. Oh, something happened today. And what was the recent thing that went wrong? In my building, somebody stole manhole covers. Somebody stole manhole covers, and I was the first suspect. People were giving me weird looks. Do I look like a manhole cover stealer? Do I look like a manhole cover stealer? That's not my job. My profession is chain snatching. Yeah, have you noticed how long arms I have? And extremely dexterous fingers. I'm genetically designed to be a chain snatcher. I can sit in Indira Nagar, pull a chain in Koramangala. But we cannot complain about anything. We cannot complain about anything because my building, the main problem I face is that I have a neighbor who gets drunk once in a while and he starts fighting with his wife and creates a big ruckus. When the noise gets too loud, I try to drown it out with playing music at a loud volume. And the moment I increase the volume of the music, my apartment secretary calls me. There have been 5 complaints about your loud music. Switch it off. Okay, sir, I'll switch it off. Can you somebody call the neighbor also and ask him to stop fighting with his wife? And he responds, no, we don't interfere in husband and wife internal matters. Their fighting is an internal matter. My music is a global issue. United Nations General Body meeting is called to discuss my playlist.